We've been here before, fighting against the things that make us unhealthy, fearful, and lonely. While fitness centers closed their doors, we opened ours wider. We ran towards the front lines, providing childcare, food, support, and hope. We charged forward. As you begin to reset your life, consider joining more than a fitness center. We are a movement that says yes. Yes to the vulnerable. Yes to the isolated. And yes to swimming, fitness, and Zumba. The YMCA is so much more than a gym. We are a cause. A cause for a better us. Join a cause.
Hi, and welcome to the YMCA's Gentle Yoga class. I'm Lauren. Today we'll honor our body, we'll do what feels right for us, and we'll light our inner flame. We're going to want to settle in to a comfortable position. If you have a yoga mat, feel free to put it out here. If you don't, just find a clear spot on the floor where you can sit and feel comfortable. If you'd like, for today's practice, take a moment to light a candle. And if you don't have one around, don't worry about it. If you don't feel like getting up, don't get up again. But if you like, we'll light that flame and we'll use it to help us center. But we'll also meditate and see a flame in our mind's eye as well. So find that comfortable seated position, whatever it is for you today, and we'll begin to move together. We might let our eyes close or be softly gazing. And we'll circle our torso around. Our movement is gentle here. There isn't a right or wrong size or speed to our circle. We'll use this time to connect to our bodies and to how we feel today. And we'll use this time to settle into this moment. We have this time to practice yoga, to give our bodies what we need, to welcome in length and bring in some flexibility. We'll take another circle or two like this, and then we'll go the other way. In listening to our body, it's okay if we find aches or pains, or if we discover tight spots. In coming into this moment, it's okay if our mind is wandering. We can acknowledge whatever thoughts enter, and then try out setting them aside. They'll be there later, especially if they're important ones. But for right now, we'll just focus on how it feels to move. We'll take another circle or two around. Then we'll focus on how our bodies feel when we're still. So the next time you're forward, hang down here. Let your back round, let the head be heavy. Let the hands come to the mat or floor in front of you. It doesn't matter how far over we fold. We're remembering to breathe here and noticing where we feel a stretch. We'll stay folded over and walk our hands out, letting our arms be long in front of us. We'll stay folded over and walk our hands to one side. It doesn't matter what way we go first. We'll walk our hands through center and over to the other side. We'll walk our hands back to center, and we'll walk them in here, letting ourselves carefully sit up tall again. And there isn't a right or wrong. We've found a comfortable seated position. Our eyes might be closed or softly gazing. We've taken time to connect to our body, to be in this moment. And now in our mind's eye, we'll imagine a flame. Maybe we went ahead and lit a candle, and we might open our eyes or set our gentle gaze upon that flame. We can see it flicker. We can see it glow bright. We'll welcome in the flame's light and energy. And we'll continue to see that flame either in our mind's eye or before us as we deepen our stretches a little. Let's carefully send the legs out long in front of us. Our back is up tall, and if we need a little support here, we can sweep our hands behind us, letting our palms rest on the mat or the floor. If we want, we can make a fist with our hand. We'll begin to point and flex our feet. Then we'll hold our feet flexed, and we're going to carefully sit forward here, taking our hands to rest on our thighs. We'll let our belly pull in tight, and we'll drop our right ear towards our right shoulder, letting the left side of the neck be long. We'll take our head back to center. We'll drop the left ear to the left shoulder. We'll take our head back to center. Keeping our feet flexed, we'll move with our breath. With an inhale, raise the hands and arms up, and with an exhale, let yourself fold forward. We're not worried about how far we go. We're relaxing into the stretch and remembering to breathe. In our mind's eye, we'll see that flame, or maybe we've lit that candle and we look at it here. It fills our awareness, and that little flame becomes our inner fire. We welcome in its light and energy. We let this flame bring us into this moment. As we let our feet relax, tuck our chin towards our chest, pull our belly in, and slowly roll ourselves up. When we come up tall, we'll place our left hand down and take our right arm up and over, letting the right side be long. We'll come back to center, our right hand down, our left arm up and over. We'll come back to center, our back up tall, our belly in tight. Our hands are coming back if we need more support. If not, they'll stay forward as we point one foot and flex the other, and then switch. We're setting our own rhythm. We'll take another movement or two, and then we'll let our feet be still. We'll let our feet be relaxed. We'll sweep our arms behind us. Our palms are down, or maybe we've made that fist with the hand. And we'll press our heart space forward, squeezing our shoulder blades together and lifting the chest a little. Then we'll bring our gaze forward. We'll sit forward. We'll come into a comfortable seated position. We'll move with our breath a little here. So we're finding what feels comfortable for us. We're welcoming in that inner flame. And with an inhale, we'll raise our hands and arms, reaching them up overhead. With an exhale, let them float down. We'll repeat it here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let it float down. We'll do 3 more at our own pace. One more here. We're going to let our hands float down. We're going to keep breathing as we move to tabletop, our hands and knees. There's no right or wrong way to get into the pose. If those knees are sensitive, I would rock back and fold up your mat so that you can give yourself more cushion. If the wrists are sensitive, make fists with the hands or find your forearms. We'll round our back in cat. Drop the head and tailbone. Pull the belly in. Press the back up towards the ceiling. Then we'll arch in cow. Let the belly hang down. Lift the head and tailbone up. Then we'll set our own rhythm here, moving through cat and cow pose, doing what feels good to our back. Take another movement or two. We're going to find a flat back. We're pulling our belly in tight. Then we're going to tuck our toes under and press our hips and tailbone high, coming into downward facing dog. So we're reaching up and back, pushing away from our fingertips, letting our head hang heavy here. Holding our downward dog a moment. If we're finding it too intense along the wrists, the neck, the shoulders, or back, we're carefully returning to our tabletop, our hands and knees. If we like, we'll walk our dog a little, bend one knee, press the opposite heel down, and then switch. We'll set our own pace with the movement, welcoming in length for the back and the back of the legs. We'll take another movement or two, then we'll come to stillness. Take a big breath in, and with the breath out, bring your feet to your hands, finding a forward fold. We'll let our back round, our head hang down. We're remembering to breathe. We're not worried about how far we fold. In our mind's eye, we can see that flame. We can see it flicker and dance as we begin to come up. With an inhale, soften the knees, sweep the arms up, let yourself stand tall. With an exhale, let the hands float down. Inhale, prayer at heart center. Exhale. We'll drop our hands to our sides, step our feet about mat distance apart, and we'll roll our shoulders up, back, and down. We'll take one more shoulder roll here. And then we'll leave them down. And we're going to lean to the right and we'll press our left hip over, letting that left side be long. Come to center. We'll lean to the left, pressing our right hip over. Come back to center. We're going to have a little bend or softness in our knees. And we're going to step our feet closer together. And now we're going to tilt to the right and lift the left arm up and over. And switch. Come back to center. Rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. One more shoulder roll, and then we'll leave them down here. We're going to step towards the top of our mat. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see as we move through our sun salutation together. This is a time to lengthen and strengthen all the major muscle groups, to welcome in that inner flame, and to make it right for us. So listen to your body here. Don't be afraid to give yourself what you need. With an inhale, we'll soften our knees and sweep our arms up, letting them reach over our head. If we like, as we breathe here, we might look up or lean back. With the breath out, we'll swan dive, opening our arms into a T. Our back is flat as we hinge from our hips, and then we'll round and hang down, breathing here. Bend or soften the knees, letting the palms come down to the mat. We'll step our right foot back, feeling a bend in our front knee. We're going to press our right heel down and let our toes turn out. And we'll raise our chest and arms, coming into our warrior one. Feeling that bend in the front knee. We'll open to our warrior two, so our arms go into a T. We're looking over our left fingertips, our shoulders, down from our ears. And we'll cartwheel our hands down. We'll turn the back heel up. We're going to let our hips sink down a little here, finding a deep lunge, looking forward. If we like, we'll bring that back knee down to the mat. So we're finding what's comfortable for us. And then we'll carefully twist, taking our left arm up. We're turning our torso here, reaching those fingers towards the ceiling. Then we'll carefully lower it down. And we're going to step our front foot back, coming into plank. We're squeezing our belly and bottom tight. If the back is sensitive, we'll lower our knees. If the wrists are sensitive, we'll find our forearms. We'll remember to breathe. In our mind's eye, we'll see that beautiful candle flame. We'll hold on to it as we carefully lower down to our bellies. Then we'll press into our palms or our forearms. So find what's right for you in your upward dog. Then tuck the toes under, send the hips and tailbone high, finding that downward facing dog. Pressing away from the fingertips, letting the head hang heavy. If you like, walk the dog a little, bend one knee, press the opposite heel down. Come to stillness. We'll take a big breath in, and with our breath out, we'll bring our feet to our hands, finding that forward fold. Inhale, soften the knees, sweep the arms up. Exhale, let the hands float down. Inhaling, prayer at heart center. Exhaling. We'll move through it again on the other side of the body here. Inhale, soften the knees, sweep the arms up. If you like, as you reach the arms up and breathe here, you can look up or lean back. With the breath out, swan dive, finding that flat back, the arms in a T, and then rounding and hanging down. Bending or softening the knees, the palms are finding the mat or the floor. We'll take our left foot and step it back. Feeling that bend in the front knee, we're going to press our heel down, our toes turn out slightly. We'll raise our chest and arms, finding our warrior one. We'll open to our warrior two, our arms in a T, our gaze over our right fingertips. And we'll cartwheel the hands down. We'll turn our back heel up and let our hips sink down. If we like, that back knee is coming to the mat. And then we'll take our twist, lifting up that right arm, turning our back is long. Maybe we're looking up as we reach our fingers up. Then we'll carefully lower our hand down. We'll step that front foot back and find our plank. And we're making it right for us. We're not afraid to modify if we need to. And it's okay if this time through is different than the other. Welcome in that candle flame. Feel its energy and light. Let it fill your awareness as you carefully lower down to your belly. Then press into the palms or forearms, arching your back. Tuck the toes under, hips and tailbone high, downward facing dog. Letting the head hang heavy, letting the back be flat. If we like, we'll walk the dog, welcoming in that length. Take another movement or two, then come to stillness. Take a big breath in, and with your breath out, bring the feet to the hands in your forward fold. Inhale, soften the knees, sweep the arms up, standing tall. With an exhale, let the hands float down. Inhale, prayer at heart center. Exhale, a sigh. Drop the arms down at your sides. Lean to the right. Lean to the left. Come back to center. We're going to work our balance a little here, taking some time to stand on one leg and then the other. If you wanted to move so that you could hold on to the wall, feel free. If you've taken some time to light a candle, we're going to let that set our gaze. If we didn't light a candle, but we've seen it in our mind's eye, we're just going to picture it on the floor in front of us. We want it forward maybe about 4 feet or so. Whether the candle glows before us or whether it's in our mind's eye, see the flame and let it fill your awareness. This gentle source of energy and light. Welcoming in that inner fire. For our balance work, we'll save our dominant leg for last. So if you're right-handed, maybe stand on the left foot first. We're going to shift our weight to our standing leg, picking it out for ourselves, and moving towards dancer's pose. We're going to bend the other knee and letting the foot point behind us. I'll turn to the side so you can see. You're welcome to stay right here, or if you like, deepen the bend in your knee and reach for your foot with the hand. We might begin to feel some length in the front of the thigh but we're not coming to the point of pain. So if our knee is sensitive, we could release. We could even lower our toes down and just press our hips forward. Find what's best for you. If you like, lift the opposite arm up. Hold here or begin to press the foot away from you and looking down towards that flame on the floor. Maybe seeing it in our mind's eye. Letting the back arch a little, letting the hip space open. One more breath, and then we'll release. Bringing the foot down, dropping the arms. Let yourself shake it out a little. We'll come to the other side. We picked it for ourselves. Find what's right for you. Standing on that other foot, pulling our belly in, bending the knee, holding here or reaching for the foot. Knowing that if this side is different, we can adjust. You get to make it yours. If we like, we're setting our gaze towards the floor, seeing that flame, whether it's lit before us or lit in our mind's eye, and then lifting the opposite arm up, and beginning to maybe tilt forward our gaze at the floor, working on our balance, knowing that it's okay to wiggle or to restart. We'll take another breath and then release. And when our foot comes down, we'll shake it out a little. Whatever movement feels good here. And then when we're ready, we'll take a seat on the floor, legs long in front of us. And there's no right or wrong way to get down. As we find that spot on the mat or floor, it's okay if we wiggle or adjust. When we're ready, we're going to hug in our right leg, knee bend and thigh to chest. Our back up tall. We're going to flex that left foot, the one out long in front of us, and take a twist here. Left arm wraps around the right leg. Our right hand is going to sweep back and down. Maybe the palm or the fingertips touch the mat or floor behind us. We'll turn our head as though we're looking over our right shoulder. We'll come back to center. We're going to keep our left foot flexed. Let our right knee fall out to the side so the sole of the foot can come along the inside of the left leg. If your hip or knee feels sensitive here, slide that foot away from you. And it's okay if it slides way down. With our left foot flexed, we'll fold over our left leg. Inhale and raise the arms up. Exhale and fold. Letting your back round. Letting the head hang heavy. Noticing how the left leg feels. Let the left foot relax. Tuck the chin to the chest. Pull the belly in and roll up. When you're up tall, send the right leg out, hug in the left. We're going to flex that right foot. We'll find our twist here. Our right arm hugging, the left sweeping back and down, turning as though we were looking over our left shoulder. Then coming back to center, letting our left knee fall to the side, keeping that right foot flexed, not afraid to adjust this left leg so that we're in a place that works for us. With our breath, we'll fold forward. Inhale, raise the hands and arms. Exhale, fold. Let the foot relax, tuck the chin to the chest, pull the belly in, carefully roll up. When you come up tall, send the left leg out. Our legs long in front of us, our feet relaxed. We'll let them rock side side. Then we'll let our feet come to stillness. We're going to make our way to a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for us today. And it doesn't have to be cross-legged. Find what's good for you. Tuck the chin to the chest. Let the back of the neck be long. We'll gently move our head here, making a circle around or maybe making a half circle. Find what's good for your neck. Send your circles the other way. Take another circle or two around and let your head come to stillness, chin tucked towards the chest, feeling length along the back of the neck. Feeling that energy and light from the flame we imagine or the candle that burns. Lifting the head up. We're going to grab a hold of our shoulders here and gently move them. So let's open our arms into a T, our palms towards the ceiling, and then hold on to the shoulders with the thumbs behind and the fingers forward. If you're finding this bothers the neck or the shoulders at all, drop those arms into a gentle V. And we're going to start to circle backwards. Then we'll circle forward. One more circle here. And we're going to drop these arms down at our sides, letting our fingers reach towards the mat or the floor, and letting them walk away from us a little. We'll send the right ear to the right shoulder. We'll bring the head through center and send the left ear to the left shoulder. We'll bring the head back to center and we're going to walk our fingers in. We're going to send our legs out long in front of us and carefully come down onto our backs for some final stretches, targeting the hips and the back of the legs. And then we'll get ready to relax. Send the legs out long in front of you. Make sure you have room behind you. I'm going to turn to the side here. We're going to reach our arms out, tuck our chin towards our chest, pull our belly in, and feel our back round. We'll press our heels together and let our toes turn out. Then squeezing the belly and bottom tight, we'll slowly roll ourselves down. Welcoming in a little strength and control. If it feels too intense, we'll bend our knees and hold on to our legs for support. When we lay down flat, we'll let our arms rest at our sides. We'll allow our eyes to be closed or softly gazing. And we'll take a moment to get as comfortable as we can. We might need to wiggle or adjust. We might find our back is sensitive and we bend our knees and put the soles of the feet down. Don't be afraid to make it right for you. And then when we're ready, we'll wiggle fingers and toes. We'll let our fingers and toes come to stillness. And we'll turn our head a little side to side. The movement gentle for our neck. We'll let our head come to stillness. We'll reach our arms up over our head, welcoming in some length. We'll take a big breath in, and with our breath out, we'll hug the knees in towards the chest, finding cannonball. Feeling our low back press down, here we'll rock a little side to side. Then we'll come to stillness. Squeezing our belly tight, we'll extend our legs up, reaching our toes towards the ceiling. Our hands and arms can rest at our sides, but if our back is a little sensitive, we might take the hands and slide them under our bottom, palm side down. We'll begin to point and flex our feet once more. And then we'll hold our feet flexed. Maybe we imagine pressing our heels up towards the ceiling, spreading our toes out wide. Keeping the belly tight, we're going to move from our hips, almost like we're taking steps across our ceiling. Maybe finding a little length along the back of the legs. Maybe finding that we need a bend in our knees, and that would be okay. Maybe finding we want a little more for our belly, and if that's the case, we're going to keep the movement going, but let the legs lower away from us a little. Keeping our back pressed down on the floor. If we lower the legs away from us, as we move, we'll lift them back up. We'll take another movement or two. We'll let our legs be still side by side, our feet relax. We're going to bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet down to the mat or the floor. If the hands were under the bottom, slide them out. We're going to open our arms into a T and take a twist here. Let's let our legs fall to the right and turn our head to the left. Thinking about the upper back pressing down, welcoming in that length. Come back to center, and we'll twist the other way. Come back to center. We'll bring our hands and arms in at our sides. We're going to open up the hip space a little here in Reclined Butterfly. So our feet are close together, and we're going to let our knees drop out wide. Here we'll feel our back arch a little, and as we open up, it's okay if the low back lifts from the mat. If it's too intense here, slide the feet away from you. Maybe the eyes are closed or softly gazing. And in our mind's eye, we'll see that candle flame again. With our breath in, we'll let that candle flame glow brighter. With an exhale, we'll see it flicker or dance. Again, with our inhale, that flame we see in our mind's eye glows bright. With our exhale, it flickers a little. We'll continue breathing here. We'll see that beautiful candle flame as we draw our knees together. The soles of the feet are finding the mat. And we'll tuck our hips under so that our low back presses down. And we'll let our knees gently rock a little side to side. And then we'll let our legs come to stillness. We'll wiggle fingers and toes. Let the fingers and toes come to stillness. We'll turn our head gently side to side. We'll let our head come to center and to stillness. We'll take a final stretch for the back of the thighs, and then we'll prepare to relax. Let's extend one leg up here. It doesn't matter what one goes first. We'll circle that ankle a little, and we'll circle the other way. We'll think about our knee fairly straight, but we'll know that it doesn't have to be all the way straight, especially if the back of the leg feels really tight. We'll let our foot come to stillness. We'll bring our hands behind the leg and guide it in towards us, welcoming in some length here. Letting that image of a flame fill our awareness. We'll carefully release this leg down, and we'll send the other up. And it's okay if this side feels different. We'll circle at the ankle. We'll circle the other way. It's okay if this side looks really different than the other because it's tighter or looser. Just take in what is. Let the foot come to stillness. Bring the hands behind the leg. Guide it in towards you. Again, welcoming in where we find that length. Welcoming in that inner flame. A source of light and energy. Something that brings us into this moment. We'll release this stretch. And we'll begin to settle in here. If there are final poses or movements that you'd like in your practice, go ahead and bring them in. If you feel ready, find a comfortable position. Maybe you're gathering a pillow or a blanket. Maybe you're lying on your back face up or finding something else, whether you've rolled onto your side or found a seated position. There is no right or wrong. We have this time to give ourselves what we need. We have this time to connect to our body, to quiet our mind by lighting that inner flame. So once again, in our mind's eye, we'll see a flame. Maybe here we picture a candle. We'll see how the flame moves and dances. Maybe with our inhale, it grows brighter. Maybe with our exhale, it flickers. Maybe around our candle, we see the wax melt. And we feel our bodies soften with it. We're coming into this moment gentle and soft. The warmth, the light of that flame relaxing us, melting us like wax, giving ourselves this moment to just be. We'll begin to wiggle fingers and toes. We'll let our fingers and toes come to stillness. We'll let that image of a candle fade from our awareness, holding on to just that light and energy it provided. And we'll roll on to our sides, curling our knees in towards our chest, maybe using the hand or arm as a pillow. We'll give ourselves a moment to renew. And then we'll press ourselves up, returning to a comfortable seated position. And we'll take one more breath together. With an inhale, raise the hands and arms, palms together in prayer. Exhale to heart center. Namaste.